Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. What's up, YouTube? What's going on? How are we doing today? Hope everyone is doing well, staying out of trouble, staying out of jail, and making good choices. Uh, Gotta work on something here real quick. So, not fam, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I gotta switch to studio mode for a second because I have to create yet another scene. Michael Cassell, what's going on, Michael? How are we doing, good sir? I want to install this right here, which is this thing right here. As you can tell by the title, it says we're going to install a Lightburn compatible board. I got this one off of Monport. I bought it with my own monies. This is not a sponsored video. I paid cash monies for this board. So we're going to install this bad boy. I guess I should probably transition, huh? So you guys can actually see it, huh? Let's do this. Let's turn off studio mode. And then let's just do this. Ready? Boop. There we go. See? Whoops. I'm going the wrong direction. I got to get used to this all over again. But there we go. Wish it would focus. But, yeah. So I want to get this guy installed. It has a secondary power switch right on here, which is kind of cool. Redundant power switch. It's got your test fire button. What all do we actually have on here? We have our 24 volt, 24 volts in. There's the reset button. There is no test fire button. It's good that there's a test fire button up top. So I've got that. But we got X and Y end stops that are opened up there. If I had the offline controller, that's right here. On this side, you've got additional power if you need it. There's your switch, and then USB Type-C. Look at that, USB Type-C. And then, of course, you've got your 48 volts if you need that. You've got your 24 volts there, and then you've got your X and Y motors right here. As well as on this side, you've got your ground PWM. So you got your PWM right there. So the cool part is this kit comes with screws for mounting, as well as they have some little custom wire harnesses that they made. Let me find my cutters real quick. There they are, right next to me. So, you know, give it a little snip here. Get these guys opened up, and it's got the little adapters. So I think these are for the end stops, I believe. Yeah, these are for the end stops. So you plug your end stop cable in here, and then these two go into your boards. Then this one here is only a 2-wire. I believe this one, if I remember correctly, jumpers from the power supply to the board. And then this one, same thing. Goes from the power supply into the board. So there's that as well. So all we've got to do is just get all this stuff switched into place. It's just a matter of taking the old board out. I just have to get the other camera set up here. Marcel, good to see you. Botrix is letting everybody know that if you're having fun, this is the chat bot is here to keep you company. That way, if you guys are bored, chat. Botrix will talk to you. Botrix is another bot. But for right now, let me jump back to me. I'm getting everything set up to work in there. I just got impatient. I figured I'd set up the camera while I was going here. So give me just a second while I see here. Yeah, we'll just make all new one here. We'll call this one OBS Droid. There. So what's everybody been up to? How are things? What's everybody been doing? That's right. That's how we did that. That's right. All right. Start adding sources in here. Let's get all of our start at the bottom and work our way up, because that's how that goes. So let's go ahead and add first Droid OBS. There we go. Don't forget to like, oh yeah, don't forget to like the smash button. Yep, greatly appreciated if you would, please and thank you. Use Wi-Fi, IP address. Let me get that real quick. How you gonna tell me you don't know my fingerprint? There we go. Okay. We don't need to enable audio. Activate. There we go. Okay. Now that's in there. Let's get it kind of. Let's see here. Do. Bear with me while I remember. I need back camera 2. Yeah, that'll be better, I think. No, it's not going to get in close enough. I'm going to be able to get in there close enough for all you guys to see. Wonder if it might be easier to go this way. The lighting situation really does suck. Let's get this right here. Front camera. Ooh, not front camera. What am I thinking? Back camera. Back camera 0. There we go. And there we go. All right. Let me get some stuff set up here real quick. But what's everybody been up to? I mean, you guys can hear me, I hope. And I hope you guys are doing well. There's only a couple of you guys here, and I'm grateful for you. So thank you for coming and hanging out. I do need to update some stuff, as you guys have probably noticed. Let me get sources and stuff put in here. Boom, wireless mic, add that in. All right. Now let's get in all the overlays that we're going to need. Oof, that's pretty rough. Pretty hard to see. Let me move chat over a bit more. There we go. Now I can see a little better. Okay. There we go. All right. Now let's add in another source, another browser source. Okay. Add in another one. I got a few to add in here, you know. Where did I? There we go. There we go. I'm getting everything together here, guys. Shouldn't be too crazy long. Hopefully the stream is looking good. Hopefully things look okay. I guess I could always go to my go live option here, and then it should show me everything. Close. There we go. Guess I could just open this, huh? That's muted. It doesn't look terrible, so that's good. Shooting out at 30 frames and pretty high res, so hopefully 1080 and all that goodness is looking okay for you guys. What do we do next? Let's throw that one in there. So let's get this one in. Daughter shared something. Click OK. And then that needs to go. There we go. Okay. And then should be good. Yep, looking good here. Good, awesome. Rob, what's going on, good sir? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good. Browser, add the alerts. Click OK. Let's move the alerts smack dab in the middle. Go. All right, there we go. Stick that smack dab in the middle. And then we'll leave chat out of there for right now. All right. Well, I'm going to be working in 2 different places here, so hey, barely. Well, I hope things change for you. Let me pop back to here real quick. There we go. Now if I jump over here, you guys should still be able to hear me. Let's mute that. There we go. And you guys can see the inside of the laser where the board is at. There's a 3D printed part in there that I just recently printed. I'll have to see if it'll still work when we're done. If it doesn't, then I'll have to replace it. But there's several screws. And by several, I mean, I think there's only like 3 screws I got to take out of this thing. So I got 3 screws I'm going to have to take out of there and a bunch of glue to remove and stuff like that. So let me grab my nippers here, get over here, and we'll see what we need to do. Come over here. Everything is turned off and unplugged. Yes, power cord is off. So let's get this glue out of here. It's got a heck of a chunk of glue on here. Did get this laser off of Otter, Mr. Shane, aka Otter's Danger Den. He did hook me up with this here. I picked up 2 of them off of him. It wasn't a for free hookup. Price isn't important, but I did give him funds for this, so not important what, but I did. And that being said, we're going to do a little upgrade. Okay, so disconnect this guy, set it off to the side for right now. Get this glue off of here. There we go. Get all that glue out of there, and then wiggle this one loose. The wires are different, so I will have to see. What is that one? Looks like Y. So let me grab something to make a mark here, or something to indicate which one's which. Smarter, not harder, guys. Smarter, not harder. So bear with me while I find something here. Something I can write on. I don't have, do I have blue tape anymore? Am I out of blue tape? Uh-oh. Thought I had some. I don't want to put myself in a situation, you know? I don't want to be in a bad spot where I get the motors flipped and then I'm up the creek and have to flip them back. So we'll just take a piece of paper here and we'll write Y on one and X on the other and take a little piece of tape and tape those on. So Y, X, Bear with me. I know you're just staring in the laser at the moment. I know it's not always fun, but, you know, I promise this is a learning experience. If not for you, at least for me. Hope you guys are doing good, though. I really do. I know I asked repeatedly how you guys were, but I do really hope you guys are doing well. There we go. Now let's get this tape to quit sticking to itself, because like an idiot I'm using packing tape for this, but it's only got a hole long enough for me to put it on, swap them, and then I can take it right back off. So, okay, whoops. Here's X. We'll set that one down for a moment. Here's Y. Why? Because I said so. So, according to this, that is Y. So we'll pull this one out, and we'll just wrap a little Y around it. Ta-da! Look, Y. Why? Because I said so. Haha. All right. Now let's click off, or clip off the glue here from X. There we go. Now we'll pull this one out. Always remember, try to pull on the plug as much, or on the actual plastic plug, so that you don't potentially damage anything. There we go. And X marked and out of the way. Unplug this USB. And then this piece here is actually a little two-piece clip. Let me see if I can get this to come out pretty easy. There we go. And then this part will just slide through and out. It's a nice little 3D printed part. Two pieces, slides through, guides the USB in a little easier. I apologize, guys, if I'm bashing my chin hair off the mic and annoying you guys, but I gotta take out this bolt, or this nut here, this one here, which you guys probably can't see, my fingers on it right here, and then this one here. So we just gotta take those out real quick. And I'm realizing, yes, these two on the bottom are actually smashed against the desk, so that should keep them from wanting to try and move. And yes, I should be using something better than what I'm about to. And I know that, and I know you guys know that. And it's gonna argue with me. Let me grab. I got two pairs of adjustable wrenches, or two adjustable wrenches here. Let's see, who's saying what now? Only thing keeping me sane is 3D printing right now. Rob, I understand that, man. You know. Speaking of, I want to get this done kind of quick because I have some 3D printing I need to start here. If anybody's been following my little Twitter conversation with Mr. Princeps Rob, I really want to check out the Baby Belt Pro. He shared the files last night on his GitHub. If the air conditioner is being annoying, guys, let me know. Whoops. I am so glad this thing is mostly case and a lot of room. But Mr. Princeps Rob shared the files for the Baby Belt Pro last night. I told him I'd print them. He shared them at like midnight. I was sleeping, not gonna lie. I was totally asleep at that time. So good. The weight of this thing is enough to actually hold those bottom two bolts from spinning, it feels like. Let's see. Yep. Okay. That one's loose. Don't worry, once we get this out of here, I'm going to jump back over to the bench cam. And then I'll be working on it over at the bench. There we go. So you won't have the air conditioner blowing right in your ears if you are. sorry. Gotta come back over here now and check. Nope, Rob's the only one talking to me. Everybody else is probably watching Nero. Not gonna lie, I didn't realize it until I clicked go and it was streaming, and I looked on YouTube, and sure enough, Nero's streaming the Ultimaker wood build. So, pretty sure that's where everybody is, watching Nero. And hey, it's okay, I understand completely. Nero usually brings way more to the table than I do. This one is the, or should be, I believe, the end stops. And interestingly enough, the grounds are just being shared on one pin here. And the one is barely even in there. We may have to redo this. Looks like it's in there, but damn, is there a lot sticking out. Let's see, can we get this out without having to drop those? Nope, we gotta take them out. So, gotta lift you guys up here a little bit. Slide you forward. There we go. Let's get these wires off of that so we can push it down. There we go. Actually gives you guys a little more light in there, so that might be the way to go, huh? There we go. Take this piece out. There's the little M2 Nano board that, oops, sorry. There's the little M2 Nano board that comes with this thing. And we're going to replace that with the other one. So, let me sit down, swap cameras here real quick. Come back over here to the dock cam. Let's move the phone out of the way. Here's the box again. Then here's this guy. And before I get too crazy into it, let me grab a little microfiber here. Let's dust this thing off. There is all kinds of dust and stuff in there. So there we go. All right, gotta take these 4 out, which, good, it's Phillips head. Let me find a Phillips head driver and Phillips head around here somewheres. And let's see how far 3D printing and lasers actually go. Yeah, that doesn't work. Darn it, I was hoping that wrench would work. You know, Mr. Prusa. Okay, hopefully this will be big enough for the screws at least. Yep, and I can hold the nut with my fingers and twist it out. Look at that. So, take that one out, see if we can get that little spacer in there. Pull that out. There's one. Let's move you guys back a little bit more. There we go. Then I don't have to be so much on the screen, you know? Take that one out, set it off to the side, grab the little spacer there, pull that out, and then flip this guy over. Moves it a little ways away from you. Sorry, guys. But let's loosen that one. And while we're here, let's get this one loosened up too. There we go. I'm going to leave that one in because should be able just to, there we go. Pull those out the way, grab that one, and then, for the moment, take all that out. And again, there's that little M2 Nano board that, you know, this thing's got in it. And then this is what we're putting in its place. And it looks like we just have to run the screws through the back and into here through the 4 holes that are there. So it's just a matter of lining this thing upright. And then you just run the screws through the back. It's actually got 4 threaded holes there in the pattern. So it's just taking the screws that came with it here. This little toolkit that it comes with 2 Allens, flathead, Phillips head, and actually, I'll bet you, does that fit there? Nope, but I bet you that works for the bigger ones that were there. And then there's 4 screws here that I'm pretty sure are the M3s that you need to go through. Let's see. Yeah, because it's just a regular old M3 that goes right in the back there. And because it's on this big thick piece of acrylic and you've got that little spacer under there, there's really no need to do anything but bolt it directly in. So let's start one screw real quick here, just with the fingers. And then let's get all the other holes lined up real quick, just so you guys can see there, hopefully. Yeah, you kind of see that there's there you go. Kind of see them screw holes there. So I'm going to get the rest of these started. And don't forget, guys, you can now sub to the channel, or not sub, but join the channel. So if anybody wants to be the first, I don't have anybody yet, but if you'd like to, go ahead and be the first. Have right at it. That happened not that long ago. YouTube thought that apparently I should get some sort of limited partner or be part of the new limited partner program thing that they're offering. So I figured I would check it out a little bit more. Plus, videos like this I want to be a little more informative, so I want to share them and share them for prosperity. You know, for the long haul, in case somebody wants to learn how to install one of these. You know, help the community if I can. So, YouTube is the place. And you don't want to go crazy tight with these because you're just threading directly into acrylic. There is no heat insert or metal or a nut or anything like that on the back side. It's just directly into the acrylic piece. As you guys can see, there is no screws protruding through, but those four are now in. The board is mounted. What's going on, 3D Medic Vince? So there you go. That part's mounted. That wasn't very difficult, and I mounted it with, let me double check the instructions. Let's make sure I mounted it the right way. I'm pretty sure I did, because did not, actually. I did mount it backwards, guys. So I do have to flip this over. So I just realized this is the side that faces in towards the laser, and the USB is right there. We want the USB on this side because that's where the hole is. So learn from me, everybody. Learn from me. So let's go ahead and take this out real quick. And if you're wondering, the metal is taller than the board, so it's not the board itself is not actually touching the build area, or build area, I mean the plywood underneath, and when it does, it'll just fall directly down onto it. Not very far, just a couple mil at most. Oh, my stream says it's going crazy again. I need to turn it down just a little bit, I think, but it seems to be holding pretty good for the most part. There we go. All right, there we go. Spin this around real quick. We'll leave that sit for a moment. 2 fingers there. 2 fingers there. Oh, we dropped one. 2, 3. We'll just drop all 3 of them. That's fine. We'll keep just the one. Yep. There we go. Whoopsie. Let me just line it up this way again. It worked the last time. It'll work this time too, right? There we go. All right. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. Such a viewer experience is buffering. Oh no. I'm streaming, dork. I'm streaming a how-to. Don't come in and be silly. Relax. Please and thank you. On how to install this board in this laser, like I told you I was going to do when I came out here. Yeah, that happens a lot. Anyway, what's up? Yep. I like the smash button. Yep, I already read that too. You're behind on the times there, little girl. What? Oh, okay. I would prefer you not do that though. Just because I really wear and tear from many years. No. No, I prefer you not. Let me finish this, please. No, and you know that, so don't ask. You're trying to start wars between me and mom about you driving. You know you're not old enough. Stop it. Oh, yeah? Then why were you telling mom I let you drive? Mom didn't think so. Mom was looking at me with the evil eyes. That's on you, because you started that. See what it's like to have teenage girls? I know, and when you start driving, you can start to learn how to drive on a stick with your permit in the school parking lot. I'll let you actually start driving, and then you can shock everybody in driver's ed when you're the only kid in driver's ed who knows how to drive stick. And when your teacher says, no, you don't, that's when you say, I'll have my dandelion come to school with his car, and I'll show you. And then your teacher can sit in the back, and I'll let you drive around the back of the school parking lot one day. How's that sound? I think it's going to be awesome when you show up everybody else in your driver's ed class. Don't you? Why is my stream not happy? I mean, it's still going. Nobody's saying anything, though. Vince said good evening, and that was it. So now I'm scared. Yeah, see, the kid's calling you guys out. They can't see you. Well, you going to stick your head under there? Here, watch. I'll switch it and then they can see you. Ready? You gotta squat down a little bit. Squat down a little bit. There you go. There's the dorky daughter. Let's watch over here so we know when they get to see it too. Because that shows me when they see it. Look, there's your face coming in. Look at how dorky you look. You little dorkopotamus. There we go. Oh, look. Happy Manufacturing says LOL. Hi, Happy. Open the widget. Okay, I opened the widget. It says my stream health is poor. Well, no audio. It's got audio. It says there's audio.
Hola, señorita.
Hola.
That's some Mexican people outside the
Yeah,
street.
I hear audio when I clicked on the unmute. So, what?
I said that to some random Mexican people outside the street looking at the guy's quiz.
Why? Because you said something to them?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're weird. There's Chris Travis. Bye, weirdo. Love you. There it is. Look, Chris Travis said hello, and it popped up right there. Right there. Look, see? Hello. All right. Well, let's jump back to the overhead here. There we go. Still no audio, or audio still good here. Okay, Michael, thank you. But here you go, guys. The board is now properly installed with the power cord and the USB port on this side, which is the outside edge. So it should be good. But there we go. Now it's just a matter of wiring up all the things. So let me go to, let me see here. I don't believe, yeah, see, that's the problem with this board was there was no actual, like, directions here. But on the website, they have a pretty little kind of like picture of what goes where. So it's not a like great detailed one. Here's the user's manual, but that's even better though, the user's manual. Give me a second here and I will kind of cut back to that. So here we go. All right, let me jump over here real quick. There we go. All right. Won't be long, and you have to pick your daughter up from work. All right, good sir, not a problem. Really low. I turned you up. Oh, okay. Am I low, guys? Is everything sounding kind of low and quiet? Because I'm noticing it is kind of low. So I can fix that a little bit. Let me jump over here. Let me fix this real quick for you. Give me a second here. Put it on the mixer. I don't know why, for some reason, the audio. Wrong one. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the microphone turned itself down again. That's probably gonna be really loud now, huh? Is that better? Is that much better, or just a little better? It's a Gerbil board. It's just a Gerbil upgrade board. It's Monport sells them, so you can get them at Monport. The link should be down in the description down below. They're like 40, 45 bucks, something like that. It took about a week to get to me. It came straight from California. So, but yeah, you can see I did have it on the piece of metal there backwards, but the power switch and USB are on this side here. Go through, and this is how it tells you to wire everything up. The little jumper goes from here over to this little plug right here, and then this one snakes around and plugs into the two on top. And then you got your X and Y end stops. In this case, it says black and red goes here, which on this one is going to be your X, and then the yellow and white is your Y. So I have the same color wires. Hopefully they're the same when they come into it. So yeah, I got to crank the audio up. My microphone went way down low, but now I should be almost clipping in the red here from time to time. But there is the wiring diagram. Let me zoom in a little bit here. There's your power supply, and then again the short little jumper, which you see here. Yeah, in this case they show the short little jumper. This guy, as you can see, goes onto the board and then goes over and plugs in. And then you've got your bigger plug here, which will connect those two into the board, which we'll wire that part. I'll plug in all the plugins here on the desk, and then we'll plug them into the printer when we get it in there. That way you guys don't have to watch me at a weird angle. So I'll jump back over here to the dot cam now. So when I say dot cam, I mean the overhead. Let's take this stuff all out. Here's the USB-C that they send along with it. You do get a USB-C cable, so that's nice. It's kind of a nice heavy-duty USB-C cable, so it's not doesn't feel like a garbage cable anyway. It says 6A on this side. They say 6A. Not exactly sure. Don't really pay attention too much, but let's move this out the way. Let's move all these old parts out the way, the old controller board out the way, get that out the way. Let's bring this stuff in and get these things hooked up where they're supposed to go. Let's flip this around. I wish I could zoom this camera in, guys, but I cannot. So I am sorry. At some point one day I'll get better cameras. Just know the ground is going to be on the left. The positive is on the right. Here they are. We're going to put some ferrules on this if the wire is thick enough for me to do so, because we all know that ferrules are important. They are fairly important. Okay. So let me make sure I've got a ferrule that's going to fit that first before I go crazy. Let's just see what we got here. If it's not going to work, I'm not going to try it right away. I'll work on something else, but let's go all the way down to the teeniest, tiniest of the ferrules that I have. Those feel pretty good. I think I can crimp that on there. We'll make something work. Let's go ahead and the tip here real quick. give the old tip a nip. There we go, nip the tip. Gotta find a pair of my wire strippers here. Pull that back, push that in. There we go. Same thing. There we are. Nice and stripped. Just moving back a little bit. I gotta twist this a little and find my proper crimpers. Nah, it's not them. There we go. Let's move this guy up out of the way for a moment. Okay. Stick this guy up in there. Let's see, how far in did that go? Pretty close. Okay. See if this thing will actually give a good crimp on it. I always like to crimp it twice. Let's see. No, pop right off. All right. Well. Let's strip a little bit more, because when that doesn't work, you take a little more off. There we go. There we go. Pull that out, that out. Now let's do something here, shall we? Fold that one over a little. And then fold that one over a little. Keep it so just the wire is up on itself. I don't want it going down past the jacketing. I wouldn't recommend this, but you're all big kids. You do what you do. I just feel safer with ferrules on, and I'm going to see if I can make it fit in the same ferrule, because it was pretty loose. Let's see. There we go. All right. All right. Let's give this guy a crimp now and see what happens, shall we? There we go. See? Double it up, shove it down. But don't do what I do unless you think you're safe doing it. It's all at your own discretion. I just don't like soldered wires for positives and negatives. At least not in this fashion. Granted, it's only 24 volts. It's not powering anything super crazy, but there's no reason for me to want to try and test fate. Okay. I'm just wiggling it back and forth a little bit while I push it up in there, giving a little twisty twist back and forth, and it's just ever so gently slid up in there. Yep, nice and neat, pretty, all the way in. Hey, Aaron, what's going on? Stephen Poole, good to see you. And Mr. Matt from Jake from State Farm, good to see you as well, good sir. I hope you guys are doing well. I do a double crimp, some people don't. Let's give it a tug. It's moving, we're good. All right. Ferrules. Just because I feel better with ferrules. Hit that rascal with some needle nose just to, just after the crimp. Oh, you're saying give him a little pinch with the needle nose? Oh, you mean nip the tips a little bit? Is that what you're saying? Let me see something here. Yeah, those are a bit long. You're right. I'm just going to use the regular old cutters. They work. I'm going to take down just a little bit more there. There we go. All right. There. Just trim them up just a skosh. But there we go. All right, let's grab that lovely little flat blade screwdriver that came with the kit. Bring the board back into play here. Again, ground is going to be up top. For me, it's up top. For you guys, it is too. And then down here is going to be our 24 volt. So we got to flip our wire over here. Let's back this screw out. Let's see. I do apologize. Like I said, I can't get the camera right up in the business, but a lot of you guys have done this stuff before, so you're familiar. And if you're not, this isn't a exact how-to. It's more of a, if you have an idea but you want somebody to kind of do it and then watch them, that's kind of what this is. Okay, back that way up. And then cram it in the hole. Back that out a little more. We can get that all the way up in there. Part of the problem is I don't really have fingernails, guys. For those of you who've met me in person, you've probably noticed that. And for those of you who watch on stream, I don't really have fingernails, so. They make, they make for a cleaner install. Love them. Love you some ferrules. Yeah, the ferrules do make the install look a little nicer, so I can't complain. But there we go. And then we're all tidied in there now. So, bring this up a little closer. Like I said, I wish it would be a little bit better camera. At some point, hopefully I'll get some better cameras and we won't have this issue. But there is the power going into the board now. The other wires that we have to put on are the splitter here. This splitter, again, with the board in the diagram, the way they have the board in the diagram, it's this way. So these two guys right here are my X and Y end stops. And again, the Y end stop is the yellow and white wires. So we'll plug those in. The X is the black and red. So there we go. And then the wire that came into the board plugs into this jumper right here. So there's those. And then the other wire we need to plug in that goes to the laser is this guy here on the board. It's this one on the top. It's a 2-pin. So it's a 2-pin off the board. It's a 3-pin onto the power supply. If you guys know much about K40s, which most of you guys probably do, the power supply is also part of the controller that controls the laser itself. Nice part about putting this board in is I will have, the laser will be powered by a PWM, so it's not on or off, and the voltages can be varied through Lightburn to get different kinds of detail all within Lightburn rather than having to do, you know, a raster file and then running several different variants of a raster file or doing overlays. It's just load one image in and tell it to go, and it will do the lighter areas and the darker areas. I will go through and do some more stuff too that I've seen from Rich, the Louisiana hobby guy, and a few others. But Rich, the Louisiana hobby guy, is my go-to for laser stuff. Definitely somebody you should all check out. If you don't know who he is, just look up Louisiana hobby guy here on YouTube. Go give him a follow. Tell him I sent you. But he is good people. If you guys are considering lasers, check out Monport.com. That is a non-paid suggestion. I am not currently working with Monport on anything, but maybe one day. You never know. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe they'll want to work with me after something like this. Maybe they'll see this and say, let's work together. I know I would definitely love to put a Monport laser in here. Their M40, not their K40, their M40, which is a K40, but M40 Monport, next to that thing, and just show the differences between what they ship with and what that came with from Omtech. The Omtech lasers come with way less stuff. One other thing I do plan to do to that is put a safety switch on the door, and depending on if I can find some switches somewhere, we might do that tonight because that's a pretty easy install as well. So, gotta take a minute for a bad habit. Don't do it if you're not old enough. If you're old enough, you can make up your own mind. But, all right, let me switch back over to that view, guys, so you guys can kind of see. We're going to get back down in here and kind of hook things back up again. So we'll tuck this guy down in here again, pull the wires out the way. Is that a decent view? It's not terrible. Wish I could maybe get you guys a little bit better view. Maybe that. Let me see. That's not too bad. We'll leave it right there. You guys can still see like the edge of the power supply here a little bit. Because the only thing I'm going to do in here is I have to take, which wire was it again? The one right next to the big green one, and then the big green one. So this wire, oh, that's going to be an issue for me. My diode laser is plugged into this wire here. Let me see something. Let's just see here. Yep. Okay. So we're going to have to redo one thing so that we can get the diode laser going. Did I plug in both wires? Yes, I did. The other one is just laying down right here. Okay. See, now the fun part is, so my laser for right now is not going to work because the two wires for the laser are plugged in on this side. Which wires do they go to? Oh, I wish they would have gave me the pins. Those bastages. If they would have gave me the pins, guys, like if I would have had, you know, the pins that go in here. I wonder. Ooh. Well, darn it. Okay. For right now, I'll go without it. It's not important. It's a nice feature to have, and I'll wire it in later. But for right now, oh, whoa, whoa. What does this go to? This one goes back up to. Let me see here. I got to look under the laser, guys. Sorry, I got to lift you up for a second. I have one wire. Oh, that one goes to the LED strip inside as well. So I'll have to rewire that as well. So for right now, I have to rewire so that these two and these two get hooked up to 24 volts, because these two are the two for the laser pointer on the print head, the red and black here. These go to the laser pointer that's on the print head to help line up the laser. These two go to the LED light strip inside. So I'll have to remember to wire these up and these up. And from the looks of it, they went off the positive here to the ground there. And realistically, I can make something happen there, even if I were to get some of these pins and then take, you know, like this one here that's jumpered over just so it has extra ground. I could leave that in there and then add in another pigtail coming off and then get a set of like these guys here. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys. Once I find them, where'd they go? Oh no! No! Oh, where can I, baby? I think I threw them in this bag down here, to be honest with you. Of course, I'm off camera, so you guys don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. But there's a bag full of stuff under my desk, and I thought I threw them in there. But I guess I did not. All right. Well now. So much for being super prepared and having gone up above and beyond. Right? Dagnabbit. Where did I put those? Oh, did I put them? Nope, I did not. All right, well, anyway, any hootie. I don't know if you guys know that. That's it's this girl on TikTok. She says any hootie, and then she says something that hurts people's feelings because people get easily offended. I'm looking across my bench, guys. I'm not seeing what the heck I'm looking for. All right. Anyway, so like a set of the what are they? Wago connectors? Wago? Something like that. Anyway, set of connectors like that. Just crimp them onto the pigtail on one end, and then crimp the other end. The other two wires, press them in the other end, and crimp them down. So, anyway, let me get back over here real quick, take a peek at the chat while I'm waiting. Yep. All right, let's go back here. There we go. I need to hook up a TV above my head back here by the laser, or another screen above the laser over here, so I'm working. I can just look up and see you guys. But let's get back in here and get to work. So we're going to take the one end off of this cable. Oh, the ground came out for the laser anyway, so it wasn't very securely placed to begin with. Isn't that nice? Which means if I wiggle this one, look at that, they just
Oh, see, they just shoved them down in there. They didn't even actually do anything with it. I could get those little parasitic cables that clip on and you crimp it. But since that's all they did, I don't necessarily want to do that myself. But we're going to set these off to the side. Won't hurt nothing. And then that means if I pull on these, let's see. Nope, that actually pulled the whole plug off. So those are crimped in on this end. At least it looks like they are not. Are you serious? No, they just wrapped them around. They pulled the pins out. They pulled the pins out, guys. These two pins, they pull them out, wrap this around the metal part, and then slide the whole thing back in together. So realistically, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it the right way. We'll get some more pins and we'll crimp them on properly. For right now, we'll push that back out the way. Take this blue cable out. I mean, I know it worked for them, but it's not going to be what I do for me. There we go. That big wire is now out of there. Let's move this board now back into place. There we go. Alright, let's put our bolts and nuts in and get everything all hooked back up. Two of these big old bolts. Two of those. Two of them big old guys. Shove one up through the bottom here. I know you guys are all watching Nero too, so tell Nero I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to step on his toes. I just went live before I realized he was live. Not that he cares, because you guys all watch him no matter what. So I don't really think Nero would give a rat's rear, because my small audience is nothing compared to what he draws. 100 plus every stream. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I said it once at the beginning of the stream, and I'll say it again. Hopefully I've got everybody's attention that is kind of watching. Now that I am part of the YouTube partner program, like, trial thing, if you guys want to sub to my channel, or not sub, but join my channel, feel free to click the join link. Be my first one. I don't have anybody yet. I don't have any members yet. Look, I'm trying to get 5. I got a goal for 5 set up there, so if anybody wants to be the first, feel free. Get that back in there, and then we'll pull this back up and put the nut on. Oh, where? Dang it, that song got stuck in my head from earlier. And it was funny because my daughter and I both heard it together, and then we started singing it in our heads. And then at about the same time, we both started singing it out loud. It was hilarious. That's how I know that kid's mine, even though she's not. She's still my kid, you know? That is my baby. Blood don't make family. And that is one of my many babies. I've got 7 kids in total. For anybody who didn't know, now you do. And for all those who did know, yes, I still have 7. The oldest 3 are out of the house. The oldest 3.5, we'll say, because the oldest daughter is 18 now, so she kind of comes and goes as she pleases. But, yeah, it's good to see everybody. I'm glad you guys are here. We'll take this cable now and plug it into this guy. This is the that would be my jumpers for my end stops, or yeah, for the end stops. This one is the little white wire that goes in here, so we take this one out. Is there glue on there? It doesn't feel like it. There we go. However, I am noticing something. Go back to the diagram here. All right, yeah. Red goes there, ground goes there. So that is interesting. On the board, which side is the red on? The red would be on what would be the bottom pin, and it is. But then when it goes from here to here, the red is on the outside, and it says it should be on the inside for the in, for the the initiate or whatever for the laser, and then that's your ground. So these two are flip-flopped. So let me grab a little something flat or tiny to stick in here so I can pull these two and flip-flop them, because it does say ground on the outside and then says in on the inside and then 5 volts on the outside, but I'm pretty sure it just needs these two here. So I am gonna flip-flop those just because I don't want to break something. What I see is what I'm going to do, because when I put this in there, they're backwards from where they should be. So let's flip that just to show you guys what I'm talking about here. Let me go back to this screen here, and then let's zoom way in. See right there? This little cable, you've got your red and your black, and they come through, but then you've got black on the outside, which is the ground, and then you've got red on the middle. And there's nothing on the outside. So red goes here, black goes there, and I'm going to flip-flop it to match. So what I see is what I do. And then it says connect your machine to the PC via the USB, which we'll do after that. And then we can go in and get it connected to Lightburn. So we only got to connect a few more wires here and we'll be back in business. Let me go back to, nope, this guy right here. There we go. Let me find something small and flat to shove in there to flip the pins. Somebody has come and gone from my home, or from somewhere anyway. Let's see, we'll grab this guy and this guy, just so we have something with a little bit of force there. Get in here, push this down, let it, see if we can pull it back. All right, let's go with an actual flat blade. I usually use the SIM ejector that comes in your iFixit kit. I usually use that, it works, but when in doubt. Alright, let's try and get that ground out first though. There we go. There it is. Quite a bit more successful. Now we can push this positive back up in. I always push them all the way up first, guys, and then try to slide the flat head down in and then pull. But yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you just gotta keep messing with it. And then before you guys go putting them back, there's a little tab here. You can usually stick a fingernail under, give it just a little tug, nothing crazy. Just kind of pull them back up a little bit. And then again, ground goes on the outside, red goes in the middle according to the diagram. So we'll put the red in the middle, possibly. There we go. All right, once you put them in, give them a tug. Make sure they're not going to pop back out. Always good to tug them. All right, now that that's proper, according to the diagram and the instructions, let's pop that back on there. And let's take this little wire here, flip it around. Yep, flip it around and drop it back on there. There we go. See, I do have an open 24 volt right there in the middle. So if I had a set of these pins, I could put 24 volt there, and then this ground that jumpers over to here, I could just leave that, and in the middle here, I could just break off of that ground, and I could just shove, you know, I could even put just the laser and the LEDs on this pin here and drop them straight down. If you guys notice, I don't know how easy it's going to be able to, you guys will be able to see, but no, you can't. My bad. Let me move you over a little bit. Okay. So this little plug right here, there's a open 24 volt right there. So I could just get a pin, put the positives together, take the two negatives, and, you know, kind of join them in right here, or just repin this outside one and have one wire come off, and then have it join this one and the other two grounds in like a Wego connector right here. I could do that. Or I could just put another 24 volt power supply in there and go crazy and run all my accessories off of their own 24 volt. That being said, I'm not gonna, but anyway, here we go. Now, I just got to double check myself. Let's see here. Okay, this is X, this is Y. So X goes here, Y goes here. Let's grab Y real quick because it's right here. Okay. Y is in. Grab X off the bottom here. Put that guy in. And if anybody's wondering why I picked this board over a straight drop-in, the main reason is because now I have 2 more steppers I can control. So if I decide to later replace the bed and put in a controllable bed, right there I've got available steppers to do so. Now we'll flip the on switch for the board. The laser is off. I am going to grab the power cord. Excuse my arm, guys. I got to reach over, grab the power cord. The machine is off and e-stop is pushed, so we know we're off. Let's go ahead and get this cord. Sorry, give me a second here, guys. Woo! Almost dropped. Glad you didn't fall, though. Very glad you guys did not fall. Let's get this thing plugged in here. There we go. All right, now it's in. Now I'm going to turn the e-stop, and I'm going to turn the power on. Okay. Probably shouldn't have turned the power on yet, but it did come on. The light's on the board. Let's get the USB cable plugged into it. I'm actually going to turn it off now, just because in the directions it did not say to power it on yet. So if it tried to home, it might have just messed something up. But let's grab the USB cable and switch back to the computer. Let's see, how well does that line up? I bet you this thing's going to be too big for that. Let me see. Oh yeah, that new board goes way over here where you guys can't see. Yeah, I can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. The new board sits quite a bit closer to this, so this little guy will not work. So that's okay. It was a short print, didn't take very long. I could nip it down with a pair of cutters and then just have this nice little finished edge here, but that's okay. I only need the USB cord, so we'll plug in real quick. There it is. Now we got to plug into my extension cable, which I unplugged. Whoopsie. That's okay. We'll make it work because I'm not going to need the overhead cam anymore. So let's jump back to the desk, load up Lightburn, and get this thing added in. Huh? All right, so let's jump back to here. Hi, guys. Let me unplug one camera that I won't need for the rest of the stream, at least I hope. And let's get the laser plugged in. There we go. Woohoo, it went da-ding. Let's make sure it's installing itself, which it should. Let's grab Lightburn here. I should have Lightburn installed on this. I'm pretty sure I do. There it is, Lightburn. Yes, I like Lightburn. Let me get it loaded. I'll move it over to the other screen now. Oh, there's a new version available. We will download it later. Okay, let's make this full screen. Actually, we won't make it full screen. We'll just move this over here. Grab this here. And let's automatic size. There we go. All right. I'm going to jump to the right screen with camera. There I am. Hi, guys. All right. First thing we need to do is check whether or not the USB cable is plugged into the PC, which it is. Open Lightburn, which we did. Then it says go to choose device. So we'll click on device down here. And then, of course, it's going to tell you to do the find my laser. So we'll click find my laser, click next. We'll scroll down while it's doing its thing there. And then it says, oh, look at that. It's found a Gerbil 10mm by 10mm on COM4. COM4 is probably right, but it is not a 10 by 10. But for right now, we will leave it. Name it whatever you'd like. So let's just go ahead and add that. We'll go change the dimensions of it afterwards. So let's go ahead and add device. I am not going to name it Gerbil. I am going to name it Omtech K40. Omtech K40. There we go. And then our X on this thing is, what was it? 300 on the X, 200 on the Y. Let's see here. X 300. Yeah. So 300X, 200Y, and click next. I think if I remember right, it does home to the rear left. So we'll tell it rear left. If anybody has any suggestions on what I should try otherwise, let me know. Say something in the chats and let me know before I screw something up. But totally worth the money they ask for. Yeah, I mean, Lightburn is amazing. Sorry guys, chat's got a heck of a delay, so I do apologize. But you go ahead and click next. There we go. And click finish. All right, now we select the laser. And let's scroll down and make sure. Yep, see it says Monport Gerbil up there for that. So let's go ahead and click OK. Change our port real quick. And change our laser. There we go. All right. So there's that part done. Now it says, enjoy the new journey. That's all it says. Now, let's go to console real quick here. Waiting to connect. Target buffer, waiting for connection. There we go. Okay. Yep, now it's going. There we go. Hard limit triggered. Machine position is likely lost due to sudden or immediate halt. Rehoming is highly recommended. Okay, before we home though, well, let's hit home and see what happens. Oh, hold on. Let's turn the laser on. I'm going to move you guys off of this. I'm going to lift this up because now that I don't have my little laser light, it's hard to tell if it's on. So now let's hit home. It moved, but where did it move? Let's try that again. Let me grab my mouse. I'm going to move over here with the mousey. Okay. That's definitely not homed. So all right, now home. Let's see. Okay, well, I have a feeling that sounds almost like my my X and Y's may be flip-flopped. But before I go crazy, I don't want to get myself in a world of hurt here. We'll have some more tinkering to do, and I know that. So, let's see here. I left my mouse over there, guys. You guys let me run away without my mouse. All right. Let's see here. Let's go up here real quick. Tools. No. All right. Device settings. The width is 300. The height is 200. Enable pointer offset. I would love to, but I don't have the pointer set up right now. Auto home on startup. May have to pay a little visit to my good friend Louisiana Hobby Guy. Maximum speeds 200, cut acceleration 3000, and basics. Yeah. Air assist is currently off, but if I had air assist, I could play with it through here. I don't have air assist yet. You use RDWorks before Lightburn. Lightburn is so much better. Yes, I was looking into RDWorks. And yeah, I was using K40 Whisper. So, but what I'm looking for, I'm just kind of looking through some stuff, trying to see machine settings. There we go. Machine position, buffer, nothing else but there. Soft limits are true, hard limits are true, homing cycle. Editing vendor settings is potentially dangerous to your machine. Do you wish to continue? Sure. Because I want to take a look here and see. I'm not going to change anything. Step pulse micro steps 10, huh? I'm just kind of snooping through to see what all it actually has in here. Here's your step pin direction inverts. So if you need to invert your X or Y, they are right here. Currently it's set to false, but if I feel as though, let me do this. Let's just close this for a minute. Let's go to move. Okay, which way did that go? That's moving in the right direction. That moved out and then came back. Weird. Oh, now it's confused. Aha. Oh, let's go to move. Reset to continue, huh? All right, well, let's see something. Yeah, it's not homing in the right direction or in the right way. So, oh, wait. What was it? There was something about homing direction. It's still, for whatever reason, let's see here. Hold on, device. Was it front left that you had to tell it for some reason? Let's hit OK, and let's try homing now. Nope, went the same direction, went to the front corner. Is it still coming up to the front corner? All right, well, there's going to be some playing around here in Lightburn to figure out how to make it go to the right spot. Let's see here, tools. Settings. Enable beginner mode. Simpler interface, no. Enable anti-aliasing, leave that alone. So render is slow, going through, looking at everything. Snap object, snap grid, rotate capture 90 degrees, no. Camera view, don't have camera yet. Okay, that was nothing in there that I wanted to look at. Let's go back to device settings. Origin. I figured out here. Let's hit that, hit OK. Let's see now when I hit home. Nope, ran into the front. So it's still hitting in the front no matter what. Yeah. All right. Well.
This is not fun. Like I said, it's a learning experience. Well, let's see here. I am wondering if these end stops are even actually doing anything at this point, or if something got messed up. Let me see here. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, there's Oh. Oh, my end stops are wrong, guys. They really just did not do this proper. I'm seeing what is going on now. I am having a problem with end stops. Yeah. Your Omtech lasers, watch them, guys. Make sure they're proper, because I have some rewiring I'm going to need to do to make that happen. So we're going to not mess with this right now because I don't have the proper size. We're going to shut it down. I don't have the proper size that I need to crimp on those, so I have to order some stuff. That'll be midweek. I'll order them, and then when I get the crimp-ons on, or when I get the crimp-on ends in, I will recrimp those because they did not properly wire that. I did see when I looked back at it, which I should have paid attention beforehand. The four end stops have your two positives, your two negative, well, your two positives and negatives in their match pairs, and they go into that jumper. Well, that jumper, the wires are not in the right places. So it's not a direct drop in for mine. There is some rewiring that needs to be done, because in my situation, the wires running to the end stops are improper. Let me jump back here for a minute. Look, you guys can see me, my dirty floor. Here, let's do this. Let me move the laser out of the way. I'm gonna stick you guys down in the laser. Ooh, look at that fanciness now, huh? Okay. So this wire right here, if you notice, my two grounds, this one first off isn't even really all that great, but the two grounds are on this outside pin, and then you got your two positives for the switch, or your left and right switch here, and then here's one shared common there. And then this one and this one are not being used, but in the jumper that they send, you need 4 of the 5. So that little jumper down here has 4 wires, so each switch has its own, its own 2 wires. So I have to get another one of these with the right size pins, and then I will rewire them the right way, and it should be good. Which, as a matter of fact, cool part is this wire actually says X on this one. Does it say Y on the other? No, it just says it has it looks like an X on one, and then there's something here. So I'll have to look at each one of the end stops and see which wires are going to which end stops. So the X and the dashes, the X and the dash, which is these outside 2, they go to my X end stop. So that's good. And then the other 2 go to my Y end stop. So, nice to know. Wonderful. Well, let's come back here. And what's new, guys? Hey, so you guys know, I know I posted something about it, but I have 3 of them here. Look, there's 3. Here is, oh wait, hold on.
There's one in the house. And I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. And I'm gonna stop singing now. Sorry guys. Where did it go? Where did it go? Little black printer. There it is. Oh, here it is. And then here's number 4, or number 5 actually. Here's number 5. I have 4 plus this one with the screen is 5. So 5 of them. So I got 5 of the BTT Pi boards. Wonder why? Can anybody guess why I might have so many? I did pay for 4 of these. 4 of these were bought and paid for. One was sent for review. I've been enjoying it. The SPI display leaves a little room for improvement. By little, I mean a bit, quite a bit. But it's still functional. It's nice. It just, I would recommend if you're gonna connect anything to this, you use one of the HDMI 5s instead. Run the HDMI. Just an opinion. Just an opinion. But I am going to get this one set up. Give myself a little nick there, it looks like. Anyway, this one's going to get set up on this guy. We're going to clipperize it again, and we're going to actually clipperize it. It's going to be coming up in a stream. We're going to play around with this, and we'll get Clipper on this, get everything set up, get it working, get it running, show everybody how it goes. And then, you know, like I said, I got 4 of them sitting here, so might be a reason for that. If anybody can figure out what the reason is, I mean, I'm not gonna say why yet. I have to wait for the stream. And then I might say why I have these, why I bought these, and what they're going to be for. I still a fan of Libre too, so I can't pick just one, guys. They all have different features that make them, you know, a little more sought after for whatever the reason may be. But I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I just don't know. I wish that would have been properly wired. But again, it's an Omtech. It's not a Monport. If you guys ever get a chance, like I said, go check out Louisiana Hobby Guy. Check out the review he did on the Monport M40. He is affiliated with them, so understand that going forward, that it is an affiliation with him. So don't jump into it and assume that he has no affiliation with them. He does. It's not being said in a negative way, a bad way. Just know that he does have an affiliation with them. But I've just, I've talked to them to see if they were interested in working together, and right now it's not in the cards. So I told them either way I was going to buy at least a board to put in, and I want to get one of their, they call it the M40 instead of K40 because Monport. So still want to get one of those. Just because I like that Omtech. Don't get me wrong, I like that. It's a nice, laser. I just like the added features that come with the Monport, like some of the stuff that's built right in. So the reason, that's the reason why I want to get one. But yeah, gang, what's new? How is everybody? Got the board semi-installed. We'll pick back up on that once I get the parts I need to recrimp it and put it together. And get the stops moving in the right direction, and that should hopefully help. And then, once I know I can hone the laser, we'll play around with some other stuff. I guess one thing I can show you guys is an upgrade I already did off camera earlier. Let me flip over here. What you guys see, the back of it. You can see it right there. Drill that bad boy in, hook this guy up. So put an analog on there so I have a way to actually see my milliamp. Goes up to 30. Shouldn't go over about 20 is what I've been told. If I turn this on, I think it'll still come up and tell you what the power is here when it comes on. Oh wait, is that not going to come on anymore? Oh yeah, that's not going to come on anymore. Forgot. Let's see something here real quick. Hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wonder if those did have to be switched. Interesting. Or is that just not gonna work at all anymore? Is the whole screen dead? Did I end up having to unplug the whole screen? Let's see. No. I did unplug the screen because that's what these are here. So yeah, those switches are all dead up there. So, nice. So I don't have a way to do it. Oh wait, yes I do. Yes I do. Hold on. Here we go. Ready? I hear something, but I don't see anything. Let's make sure. Let's stick a piece of paper under here. Hit the button. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. No. Interesting. Interesting. So, there is more to this than meets the eye. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Okay, well, as this goes down, that should be for the laser. Just whatever you do, don't touch that backside. That will eat you alive. Let's see here. Yeah, he's no sending the beam. Getting no beam back there. Even hitting the test button off of the board here, I'm not getting a beam. Let's unplug this real quick. Okay, now let's hit test. Oh, the laser is actually on right now. That's not good. The laser is actually showing me that it is on. Yes, it is. Woo! 'Tis not good. Turn that off. I mean, you can see that right here. See? She's pulling power. That's not good. So, are you telling me that when this wire is unplugged, okay, now, yeah, we got nothing. Hit the button. She does nothing. Take that out, and it was going. So, I wonder if maybe they did need to be the other way, and for whatever reason, the diagram on the page was incorrect. Let's see. We got powers off. We're good. Let's put those back real quick. I do find it interesting that the laser is trying to laze with nothing connected. that is a bit of a scary situation. I'm glad I noticed that. Okay, we'll put these back. Actually, no, because that is ground. Let's see here. There is no good instructions. Let's just put it that way. Oh, oddly enough, it is still sending power to the board. We're going to try our power back through from the board. That's kind of interesting. The LED on it is still alive. Let's see here. Now, just for giggles. Okay. We're on. The laser is not lasing. Still not lasing. Yeah, because as soon as I do that, the laser is coming on. So the laser is pulling from somewhere. That's not good. That's no good. That's no good. Well, this board is not a direct drop-in. I highly recommend get the other board if you're looking for a direct drop-in, but I wanted the ability to be able to control a Z, so I needed something with more steppers. That's why I picked this one. So, let's unplug that real quick. Let's turn this, let's plug this back in. Actually, wait, with it out. Yeah. The laser comes on right away when I have this unplugged, and it should not. It should not. Okay, back on. Test fire is not working. Something is improper here. Turn that off. Because this is the white wire that goes back here. And wait a minute. Wait a minute. Take that out for a minute. Let's just see something here, because I think my issue is, okay, that's on. That's out. Nope, still doing it. Still lasering away. It's a good thing I got the laser lined up good, and it's still shooting right, but that is no good. Something is wrong, and there's only a few wires that can be connected. Let's see here. We've got 24 volts on the outside. Or no. Oh, you wacky little bastard. Okay, my 24 volt pin. Oof. Sorry, guys. So it should be 24 ground, 5, and then line. Yeah. All right. This is fun. History. All right. Sorry, I'm just going through the manual real quick here. Do-do. Laser control, yeah. I closed Lightburn, so Lightburn's not running. Lightburn shouldn't be trying to do anything. Okay, well, let's see something here. Okay. There we go. Which wire is that on this little bundle here? It's the weird little arrow-shaped one. Okay. I'm wondering if I need to hook up the ground to it, if that's part of the problem. Steal this pin out of here, put it in there. But that's coming from up here on this board that is no longer active. It should not be. Well, power's reconnected. The wire is disconnected. God dang it. Let me take that off of there so it quits doing that. Let's put this down. Ugh. There. There. Take this one out real quick. Don't ever use your laser without proper protection in place. Unless you're an idiot. Which I can be. Nope, laser's on. Laser is on. Laser's off. That's not good. It shouldn't be doing that. Something is definitely incorrect. I'm wondering if it is the ground issue because there is no ground. And if I hook it up to here for ground, if that'll work, because this one is your ground here. So, and it's 5 volt. And that's your in. So, yeah. Yep, nope, once that goes, it comes on and starts firing. Why is it firing, though? There's nothing telling it to. What the hell is up with you, laser? For whatever reason, it does not want to work as it should. Let's see something here, just for the giggles of it. Let's plug this back in. Nope, laser is going nuts right now. Well, let's plug this guy back in. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Well, that is interesting. Okay. That is insane, odd, and interesting. Because this wire is not hooked up, it's running directly from the power supply. The controller's not in there to tell the steppers and stuff what to do. So the only thing it's doing is powering that board. Let me unplug this board. Let's turn it back on. Yep, that's working. I'm getting some craziness going on that beam up at the end. It's the water, right? I mean, it's running water, so I'm wondering. It's got to be something here. So let's take a look at the board, and let's see. When we plug this in, let's plug it in. Low 5, ground 24. Okay, so put that like that. Let's follow the 24 volt wire back. Oh no, wrong one. Put it in this way, like it should be. Okay, 24 is this wire. Follow it back. Whoops. And it goes... Yeah. So 24 is the right one. That's there. This one is your ground. That one is your... low. Do I not need... Huh. Is jumping the low what's causing the problem? Because there's a jumper that goes from this one to the ground. I wonder if that's my issue. Let's see here. We got no power to it, so we're good. I'm holding power in my hand. Let's take this out for a minute. Let's turn this off. I just wonder if jumping that low like that is what's causing the problem. So let's take this out now. Because that is a very unsafe situation to have. And if this is going to help someone, I want to know. Okay, let's put this back where it was. They were in the other two. Hope that air is not bothering anybody. Because it feels really good getting hit with some cold air from the AC. However, there, turn that off. Nobody's talking in chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm so boring. Hopefully Nero is more entertaining right now. I just wanted to stream, you know? It's been a while. So let's put this back in here. There we go. We'll plug this back in like it's supposed to be. And for the temporary, we'll take this ground out of the way. Put this back up without ground. Tuck ground in, there we go. Okay. It's on. Laser's not lasing. Laser is still not doing anything when I hit the test button here. Let's see what happens when I unplug this. Hey, it's not firing though. There's a bonus. Woohoo! Let's see here. What's low going to? Low is actually running to something on here, so I think jumping it to ground is probably a bad idea. Let's see, it runs up to this pinhole here, which looks like it goes to a... I don't know. Well, okay, well, that kind of sucks, because it kind of seems like it doesn't want to work. Because, yeah, I can't get it to laze at all. So I'm wondering if I need to put the ground in there. Since I took the ground away from it. And I don't really know, because I'm not exactly certain. This, I don't even think needs to even be in there now. Because, let's see. I'm using the ground, I'm using it off of here, and that's to... That should be your test fire button, if I remember correctly. That should just be for testing the laser. If I had a little jumper, I could jump it and find out, because it should turn the laser on. That should be the button for the test fire up on the display. I mean, I have a button. Hook the ground up to it, and then hit it and see what happens. Because that ain't going to work no matter what without a ground. But when I hit here, that's worked in the past with different stuff hooked up. You know, stab myself in the finger, guys. I'm gonna have to do some homework on this. Figure out what the heck is going on there. And, yeah. So I'm gonna have to do a little more homework. Figure out what's going on. We'll get back at it. The joys of doing it live. Yes, the joys of doing it live. So, hi, guys. Alright, we've been streaming for almost 2 hours and didn't get anywhere. I mean, we found some flaws within the Omtech laser, like lazy wiring, first off. So, yeah, I guess we'll just wrap this thing up. I got 2 hours in. I'm ready to hibernate for the evening. So, we'll come back to this. We'll touch on it, see what we can do. Thanks for coming and hanging out, guys. See how trouble, see how jail. Bye, guys. Bye.